Hey everyone, good morning or good afternoon, wherever you're located. I want to welcome you to today's webinar. We're going to go ahead and get started now because we're on top of the hour. So first and foremost, my name is Greg Collins and I'm the Product Marketing Manager for WhatsUp Gold here at Progress. I've been working with the product for about the last 18 months or so, but thankfully I'm joined by my colleague Jason Alberino, who'll introduce himself shortly. But Jason has over 20 years of experience with WhatsUp Gold, so he is extremely knowledgeable on the product and is more than happy to answer any and all questions that may come his way today. So today we're going to talk about what's new with WhatsUp Gold 24.0. This is a new release webinar, and how basically the new release lets you reclaim your time through customization within your network. So a quick summary of the agenda today. This release 24.0 was made generally available a few weeks ago on August 16th. And really our theme here was that it lets you reclaim your time through customization. Jason will go into greater detail about how the release does so, but I'll touch briefly on some of the top features, such as the enhanced alert center notifications, bulk change options. We now give you the ability to exclude irrelevant monitoring data, as well as many ease of use and security enhancements. And then finally, we'll talk a bit about how you actually upgrade to the latest version 24.0. Okay, so let's get going. Like I said, we're going to talk about what's new in WhatsUp Gold 24.0, including the enhanced Alert Center notifications. So basically, this allows for more customization of WhatsUp Gold's Alert Center, as well as utilization of additional notification types. Bulk change options allow you to save time by assigning or editing active monitors on multiple devices in bulk. Monitors can also be added in bulk from the device properties. Next up is the exclusion of irrelevant monitoring data. This means that you only see the data that you actually care about. The reporting capabilities of WhatsUp Gold are thorough, but the information presented may not be relevant to a user-specific environment. So you can now improve your network insights by excluding irrelevant data from your view. And finally, as with all new releases, WhatsUp Gold 24.0 includes many additional requested enhancements as well as security improvements. So now that I've gone over some of the features at high level, I'm going to hand it across to WhatsUp Gold's Principal Product Manager, Jason Alberino, who'll introduce himself and go over the release in more detail. So it's over to you, Jason. Fire ahead.
Thanks, Greg. Hello, everyone. I'm Jason Alberino, Principal Product Manager here at Progress, working with WhatsUp Gold. And we're going to talk about the WhatsUp Gold 24 release today and everything that's contained within. I figured a great way to do this would just be running through the release notes and pointing out some references along the way. So on docs.progress.com, I'm going to click WhatsUp Gold, and now I'm going to the release notes. And this is where you find all of our release notes right at the top. You'll see that we're inviting you to the community, our customer validation program, as well as our ideation portal. A lot of our WhatsUp Gold features end up coming from customers that vote on them. You'll see some of the more popular ones right now. Something that I'm particularly proud of is we've reached over 100 shipped ideas that have turned into features. So a milestone's been crossed with our 24.0 release. And without further ado, what is actually new in WhatsUp Gold 24. I'll just focus here. So the ability to exclude irrelevant monitoring data. And really the picture speaks for itself. If you look at the before picture, there's a lot of things that are irrelevant. We have system reserved and this shadow volume here. And then the after exclusion, you see it's just removed from the report. So it's just a lot easier to get to the data you're hoping to see instead of some redundant data that might not be useful to you. There are multiple ways to add filters within the help documentation back on our documentation page in the help here. So back over to the release notes. And the next thing is the Alert Center improvements. So this has been a long time customer requested feature to update and customize the email notifications provided by Alert Center, as well as trigger a notification when something comes back within threshold. So within Alert Center, you can configure performance values. For example, CPU utilization exceeds 90%, and you could get a notification associated with that. What it did not do previously before 24.0 was actually notify you when that became available again. Let's say it goes back within threshold. So you'll see in my WhatsUp Gold 24 here, I'm going to pull up my Alert Center libraries. And you'll notice on my notification policy here, I'll just create one, call this test. There's now an auto resolve step. So anytime something becomes automatically resolved, I can also conditionally get that email. So now I could apply this to any policy. If it falls out of threshold, I'll get an email, and if it comes back within threshold, I'll get an email. Something else here is we also added some additional Alert Center actions. So there's now some additional action types. That includes PowerShell scripts, launching programs, restarting services, sending syslog messages, and more. You also now have the ability to import SNMP trap definitions right from the web interface. So from settings, libraries, and then monitors, you click the import button, and WhatsUp Gold will read all of the SNMP MIBs you have loaded and identify if there's any SNMP traps within them. Of all of the traps listed, you just select which ones you want to import into your library, and it will create a passive modder for each and every one. You see in my environment I have quite a few MIBs, so it took a little while to load, but maybe I just want things related to errors. You can also search for things within here, and let's say I want my NetApp error trap, and import tells me that was successful here. Then on to the next thing here. So we talked about our importing of SNMP trap definitions. The modder library usage indicator. This was a customer requested thing as well. Very simple but very effective. Settings, libraries, and then monitors. You'll see I can now see devices using this modder. So this will make it easier if maybe you have some things you're not using within your environment, make it easier to clean up. It'll also, with this, you have a new report called the Modders Applied report, and that can either be for a single device or multiple devices, and you could show specific monitors as well if you choose to. So that is a new full page report as well. So if I look for monitors applied, you see here's the full page report. And again, we have all those same filters I can look for. Maybe I just want to see something with a specific monitor on it. Just my power supply monitors, there we go. You also have the ability to unassign monitors from here, something to keep in mind. And back to the list, we're going on to action validation. So right within the web interface now you could test some actions. So under settings, actions, and policies, you see I have a test button. I could select specific action. So you can't test every action. That's something to keep in mind. For right now, you have the ability to test email, log to text, post to Slack, and PowerShell script. We're encouraging people to submit ideas if there's additional actions you would like to be able to test from within this web interface. The Active Monitor bulk change improvement. So there's a few different areas we improve the ability to work with active monitors. Really in bulk is what we said here. Let's get out of here. So back over to our web interface here, I can now select multiple devices, right click edit device, monitors, and then active monitors. What's different here is this whole dialog. So now I could either assign or unassign monitors, and it's going to dynamically select which ones to unassign based on whatever devices I have selected. I can also assign multiple monitors, so maybe I want to add, we'll just say HTTP and HTTPS. I can also associate an action policy with those monitors directly from here if I choose. And then it's going to confirm it's going to go on 4 devices and 2 monitors will be assigned to each. So we also have that same capability within device properties. So you'll notice on the active monitors tab here, I'm going to add a new active monitor. And again, we have the ability to multi-select. So I could select more than one monitor. I could also assign an action policy. And finally, back over on, we'll select some more devices. On active monitor properties, we now have similar capability to select multiple monitors and also change those at the same time as well, including assign action policy once again. and the SFTP server. So we're now distributing an SFTP server along with WhatsUp Gold. This is really for use with configuration management, and we have scripts in the works to try and supply more consistent backup experience across different devices. So instead of running commands on systems, instead transferring the files using the SFTP server and the proper commands from the system. We'll be sharing those on GitHub very soon. HTTPS by default, we changed the installer. It no longer allows you to choose HTTP whatsoever. We did this for security purposes, obviously. It's not good to run unencrypted traffic whatsoever, so we're pushing this now. The REST API also switched to HTTPS, so if you're upgrading and have existing integrations, keep in mind you might need to update them to point to HTTPS as well. We did improve the MIB upload experience. I'm not going to cover this one in too much depth, but you can upload more than one file at once, as well as zip files containing many MIBs within them, just making it easier to extend WhatsUp Gold along with that ability to import trap definitions that I showed you earlier. Kerberos authentication for monitoring. So now you get the choice between a method of authentication for Windows. That can be NTLM or Kerberos. Kerberos is the most up-to-date, most secure one from Microsoft. So they recommend that you start shifting all of your authentication to Kerberos. Obviously, not everyone's there yet, but in the future we'll see more and more people shifting to Kerberos as Microsoft deprecates the NTLM authentication protocol. And finally, the device properties user experience. You might have seen as I was pulling up some of these devices, we have changed that quite significantly to improve it. So within device properties now, you have the ability to have an all monitors tab, as well as collapse this device overview and get a lot more screen real estate here. And now you also have an individual tab for active, passive, and performance monitors, as well as the all monitors tab. Just as always, you can turn columns on and off as necessary, and it will remember what you have selected here. And last but not least, dark mode is now in WhatsUp Gold. So this is a user preference. You select your username, then user preferences, and then just switch to dark and hit save, and you are in dark mode. So every screen ends up being in dark mode. We did, I think, a really good job looking over the UI, and I think if anyone finds anything, the next step is we'll just open an idea to say, hey, you missed this in dark mode, and we'll come back and correct it as necessary. That said, I think that covers all of the features called out in the release notes of WhatsUp Gold. Obviously, there was lots of bug fixes as well, so we're trying to do a good job turning around any sort of defects that get raised by customers, as well as some security issues that we closed. There are some known issues right now with the Alert Center auto-resolve. If you have any notification policies that are set to repeat steps, you're going to want to make sure to add the auto-resolve step into that notification policy. Otherwise, you might see the auto-resolve start repeating itself. Also, along with that, the Alert Center changes that allow you to use a PowerShell action. You now have to click to the PowerShell tab in order to hit the save button. We're looking to correct that soon. Alright, and that's really it. So without anything else to show, I guess it's time to turn it over to questions. And hopefully everyone enjoys the features of WhatsUp Gold 24. And I'll leave with this note that we have a playlist on our YouTube channel here dedicated to the WhatsUp Gold 24.0 release. So any of these features that we've spoken about today, if you want to learn a little bit more, head out to our YouTube channel and check out the playlist. There's an in-depth video on each and every one of these. Thank you. All right, so we're going to get on to the questions and answers section of the webinar. I'll just start going through the questions one by one. Feel free to add additional ones even right now as we speak. No question is off limits. Anything WhatsUp Gold related will be discussed. So the very first one is, how do I upgrade to the latest release? That's actually very straightforward. So you download the installer and run it on the same server over the top of the existing installation. Most upgrades take less than 30 minutes. And I'll provide a link for how to download and install the latest release. Let me grab that and I'll put it in the chat right now and send. Okay. So next question here. Are there any plans to add new API endpoints to interface with, for example, IP groups? That's the first time I've heard someone ask about the IP groups. I'd love to learn more about the use case you have for that. But with any new requests to the product, please get out to our ideas portal and get the idea out there so it can be voted on. I don't think we have any specific plans around IP groups, but we do have plans to add additional endpoints, and we're looking to customers to vote on the ones that are most important. All right. Is it normal to be limited to only 3 commands in a task script and configuration management? I would say no, but the answer is really, it depends. We'd need a bit more information. It sounds like you might need some troubleshooting help. Please feel free to email me directly and I'll put you in the right place with that, alberino@progress.com, and just provide some additional context there. I'll be happy to help. So, wow, this is a long question. We're currently monitoring over 20,000 interfaces, which result in significant clutter and challenges in creating effective templates. We are aware that some NPM products can intelligently monitor ports based on the type, thereby reducing unnecessary alerts and focusing on critical interfaces such as access ports and uplink ports rather than every port on the switch. Could you please advise if WhatsUp Gold offers similar capabilities? Specifically, we are looking for a solution that can intelligently monitor ports based on type, reduce alerts by focusing on critical interfaces, and simplify the creation. So yes, WhatsUp Gold has a specific functionality for this purpose. So under settings, libraries, and then roles and sub-roles, you can adjust what the discovery process will actually do for you in regards to interfaces being actively monitored. So you can specify type, you can specify speed, you can specify name, description, alias. It's really up to you to create those filters and apply them as appropriate, and WhatsUp Gold will respect them for you. So I would say yes, WhatsUp Gold's a great fit for your use case there. Are you planning on changing the MS Teams notification since the webhook connector was deprecated? Yes, we are investigating that currently. So for those unaware, Microsoft recently came out and deprecated the old method of connecting to MS Teams, which means it will probably still work for you right now if you already created it. But if you haven't created it yet, then the Teams action's probably not going to work for you. That said, there is an alternative method using a PowerShell script, and we're hoping to release that soon as a workaround and eventually build that into the product as well. This is a very generic question. How to monitor a Palo Alto device? In general, this is going to be pretty universal for any network device you want to monitor with WhatsUp Gold. Basically, it comes down to enabling SNMP to get the most out of WhatsUp Gold. So a vast majority of the checks that are built in out of the box with WhatsUp Gold occur over SNMP. So once you enable that and add your credential, you simply discover that device and all the monitors will be added for you automatically. Is there a limit to having custom maps? No, so you can make as many device groups as you would like, and a device can even be in many different device groups. There's no licensing restrictions or hard limits on the amount of device groups you can create. Just keep in mind, the more you make, well, the more resources you're going to consume at the same time, because there is a group status associated as well. Let's see. Someone's asking, when will 24.1 be released? I can't share too much information about that, but if you go join our customer validation program, whatsupgold.com/CVP, that's where we discuss pre-release activity, so you can get a better idea of when that may be happening, as well as what might be contained within. All right. Since the 2024 upgrade, my dashboard account no longer stays logged in. We're checking the stay logged in box, but usually once every 24 hours puts us out. Is this a known issue or change? That's news to me. We didn't change anything in regards to that. I'm guessing you're using the knock viewer, but we might need some more information there. Again, please email me directly on that and I'll follow up with you. My email is alberino@progress.com. How can I speak to a salesperson to start the upgrade process? So if you already have an active service agreement for WhatsUp Gold, you should be eligible to upgrade straight away. You can just log in on community.progress.com, go to product downloads, and then download the latest release and apply it. If you don't have a service agreement, your best bet is to go to whatsupgold.com/contact and just contact us and someone will reach out to you with more information. Okay. Can you go over eliminating unwanted discovered disk drives? Yes, so within the help documentation, it covers how to actually add additional disks to that exclusion list. By default, we are going to be excluding the system reserve drive, but you can extend that and exclude other drives as well if you have some specific ones in your environment. I'll give you a link here shortly. Bear with me a sec while I grab that. Disk. There it is. I'm going to put it in the overall chat there, and hopefully that helps. If you have further questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Is there a way to configure alerts on a top-level device such as a router so that any devices connected to it also don't send down alerts when they are down? Oh, yes. So this is actually built-in functionality in WhatsUp Gold. This is what we call up dependency. Basically, we say only monitor this device if this other device is up, and you can implement that actually automatically. So once you run through your discovery, you have your topology map created. When viewing the topology map, you can right click on a device and say set as root device, and it will hierarchically apply all of those dependencies for you automatically based on the ping monitor. Someone says they have the same issue with discovery monitoring access ports. Problem is the library filter does not have option to match, not match criteria, only match. Are you going to add a filter option to not match? Yes, so we plan to. I'm not sure exactly when we'll see that in the release, but we do plan to add that capability. We reported the following issue a while ago and found it was a bug. I was wondering if it was remediated. Notifications were being sent, the web server is restarting, the notification stopped even if the condition persisted. So I'm not sure specifically which area you're talking about. I need more information in order to help you best there. Please email me directly, alberino@progress.com. Were there any updates to the knock viewer and maps? Last I heard there was known issues with maps not loading. Yeah, those issues have actually been resolved. We believe they're all resolved. Some of the trouble we run into is, well, it's difficult to recreate some of these problems that our customers experience in-house at times. So we believe we fixed things sometimes that they might not actually be. Please go test and let us know if it's not working as expected. Just open a tech support case and we'll get it escalated to the engineering team as necessary. And we're run out of questions here. I think this is the last one. Will WUG24 install to a full SQL instance? Absolutely. So we support SQL Server 2017, 2019, and 2022. And that could be a remote or local instance. That's really up to you to decide. Keep in mind, in order to do this, you need to select the advanced installation option during the installation. If you're trying to migrate after installation, we have a utility for doing that as well. All right, and I think we covered all the questions. Wow, that was a lot of questions. So thanks everyone for the time today. Hopefully everyone enjoys the WhatsUp Gold 24 release. One last reminder on our YouTube channel, please go check out our YouTube channel. There's in-depth videos on all of these things in WhatsUp Gold 24 as well as previous releases, so you can learn about all the new features we've added. All right, thank you everyone. Have a good rest of your day. Take care.